Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and I want to give you a lot of tips on feeding birds. But I think today we'll stick mainly with water because the birds need water, and I want you to see how we can set them up so easily where they can come to your yard, your garden, your deck just to get a drink or bathe. As you can see here, this is simply a bowl just with rocks, and there's a solar kit in there, but just the pump, that's all. And it's kind of burping right now because we've got clouds. But this is how it's sitting on a pedestal along with all the other feeders out there, and the birds can come to this easily and feed. We'll talk about a few of the birds. This is all just almost real time. Oh, that's a little Vero. Now let me tell you about these little Veros. This is the way they bathe generally. They're a small bird with a white eye ring, and all they do is hit the water. Let's see if he comes back. But it's so funny to watch them bathe. You barely see them because they come and go so quickly. I want you to put water out even if you're in the snow. Oh, here he is. Look, watch. Is he going to hit that water or is he done? He might be done. Nope. He's looking. Okay, he just looked. They actually hit the water. Notice the sun is coming and going, so it's being blocked. These are warblers. Now, it doesn't take much to bring in the birds. You don't have to make a fancy water fountain. You can just get a bowl from the thrift store, make sure it's food safe, collect some rocks, wash them real good, drop them in there, and fresh water every day with a hose, just flush it out. Now, if you're in the snow, there's a lot of things you can do. You could find a place close to your house and you can plug in, let's say, a simple heat pad. Now, let me explain something. They're not all created equal. Get a heat pad if you're going to do this. Put something on the bottom, like on a table, and then sit your bowl on top. And this will keep it from freezing over. And what you want is a pet heat pad, something made for a dog or a cat. Those heat pads are designed for an animal to lay on. If you look at the regular heat pads for us people, it will tell you do not sit on it. But the pet ones, which are quite cheap, you can get them for like $35. You can buy them on Walmart, Amazon, anywhere you can find them. And you set the bowl on top. Now at night, I don't know if I would leave it out there, in other words, plugged in, so I'd unplug it. You probably will have it going through a window or if you've got an outlet outside. That will work. Another way to heat it up is there are aquarium heaters you can get that are super tiny, really tiny. And I've used those before for different things. And you could drop it in there and then that will heat up the water as well. That's if you are frozen. Oh, look at this. I want you to see the warblers coming in. We have hundreds of them and they're all different. Most of these are yellow-rumped warblers, but what's amazing about them is they're all different. Oh, that's a house finch on the top. And you're going to get a real treat at the end of this because this was a treat for me in a bird. We'll see. Isn't the geraniums to the left beautiful how they redden in the fall and in the winter? Beautiful plants. But anyways, going back to this. Oh, and what it's sitting there around is a fig tree that's lost almost all its leaves. But all you need to do is put water out and it doesn't even have to move. Now, moving water will bring in a whole lot more birds. Keep that in mind. But when they need water, they'll find it no matter what. And as you can see, it's barely moving right now. So as I was saying, we have a lot of warblers this time of the year. We do provide insects for them. I create totes and I break down my compost so they can go in there and grab food and then they look for water and they stay here. And a lot of them will stay in the spring and then they'll have their babies here. So we're just loaded with warblers. We've taken our backyard, which is absolutely phenomenal, and changed it into a bird sanctuary. You don't have to go anywhere and go birding in our yard, and you can see throughout the year over 50 species of small birds right in the yard, sitting in one spot and just observing all the different birds. This is just so cute. I do this every morning because it's a good way to start the day. And I tried to go live the other day, but it was so choppy. It's our internet. We don't have good cell site here, so it's tough on the phone for that when I go live. And then I was plugged in, but it wasn't working. Maybe our internet wasn't working good that day. But this is how easy it is to attract birds, and it's so beneficial for them. And this is just one morning sitting there watching them come in. So think about the things that you can do for them, and I'm going to show you the special bird, and I'll explain that in a minute, because it really is beneficial for them. Now, hummingbirds do come to this periodically, but I have different types of fountains for them. Oh, there it is. Look at that. It's a swinho. Looks very much like the Vero that was there with the white eye ring, but this is a swinho. They are actually not native to the United States, so they have been here for so many years, decades. Escaped birds, probably imported, somebody's pet or whatever. They got loose, and now they live among all the other birds. They don't bother anybody. They're very bold, but they're so camouflaged, so it's so hard to see. And sometimes I've mistaken them with the Veros that are actually almost tame. They come right to you when I'm in the yard, the ones that hit the water. But notice the swinhos, they just come in and splash and splash. I love their color. I think we're so fortunate to have them here. We've got so many different birds here. It's unbelievable. First time I saw them, I was so excited. I couldn't even believe they were here. Look at them. Are they not beautiful? But they're not bothering anybody. They're mainly insect eaters, so they look around, but they'll eat little, whatever they can find, Oh, look at oh my gosh. The yellow rump warblers, I've seen them even brighter than that, but they're also going to get into a lot more color as we go into spring. Right now we're in winter. Spring, they color up for the females, and then they kind of go a little bit drab. I should say, in the summer as breeding season stops. But look at this. See, they all get along. They get along really, really good. So think about putting out water for your birds. There's the house finches. They're the ones that push everybody around. That's a female house finch. And she just left. So you got the warbler up there who pushed the swinho out because he is native, or she, and she wants to take a bath. Are they not beautiful? So think about what, your birds and what you're trying to bring in. And if you're putting bird food out like we do, oh my goodness, I don't even know how many pounds we put out a week. This brings in the birds, and the water really does help them. So they get food, water, and shelter here, and they can sleep in the trees. We have a lot of trees around here, and it works out really good. We have no cats. And you don't want to have, you feeding birds if you've got a lot of cats. You'll have to set it up where the cats cannot get to them. That's all. Yeah, those house finches, they are really bold, and they'll push everybody around. And they're bigger, too. You can see they're bulkier. But I wanted you to see this, and it's just so fun. So that's what I do in the morning to start my week off. And then during the day, I try not to go into the garden as much like this, because otherwise, the little bee's going to come get a drink. No, he left. No, he's still there. He's going to get a drink. He can get on the rock, and he can crawl to the water and get a little bit of water. Because what happens is, he doesn't like the bee, the warbler, is also want to sit and not get things done. So you don't want to sit down in the garden if you've only got 5 minutes. So you've got to have at least 30 minutes, because once they start coming in, you just want to sit and watch. So I hope you enjoy this. Please tell me what kind of birds you've got, because I bet you've got a lot of beautiful birds. And for us, like I said, you can check out a video. It is long. There's a 2-hour video I put together of all the birds. But since I made that one, we have gotten about 10 plus more species come into our yard. We had some new ones last year. The swinhos were new last year, I believe, or the year before. We had golden crowns last year. So we have a lot more birds coming in. So I hope you enjoyed this. And let's just sit and watch the birds. It's so peaceful, so relaxing. Take a deep breath, hold it, let it out, and let's all lower our blood pressure and enjoy the birds and nature. There's nothing better than nature. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. And you know what? Sometimes the seeds grow and the birds eat that too. That little bee is coming back for water.